Now that I have configured my routers, I should go to router 2 and check the configuration and to see what we have. First of all, show IP interfaces brief will tell me the IP addresses that I have assigned to subinterfaces, and let's ping these IP addresses one by one. 10.0.21 1 is working. 10.0.32 3 is working, and 10.0.42 4 is working, and every spoke is accessible via hub. So let's go to router 1 and check other configuration. Now I do not have direct connectivity to other spokes. I rely on the routing protocol to do this to me. So let's check this. If I try to ping 10.0.32 3, you can see that this is not accessible to me. So what should I do? I should add these to my routing protocol. So I go to my GNS3 configuration, and now I want to have all these frame relay connections in area 0. That would be better, of course. Or I can add another area for this frame relay configuration. For example, area 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do this. Add these to area 1, 2, 3, 4. And they have direct connectivity to area 0 as well. Okay, on router 1, I go to router OSPF 1 configuration and add network 10.0, and that would be 21.1.0.0.0.0 to area 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see, show IP interface brief command and see if I have assigned the IP address correctly, and that's it. 10.0.21 1, and it is assigned to area 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I have this in my routing table. I go to router 2 and let's see the show IP interface brief again. Now I can add router OSPF 1 the network 10.0.21 to area 1, 2, 3, 4, and I want to show you something whenever I finish with my configuration. I add 32 and I add 42. Okay, now I have every network in OSPF configuration, and now you may wonder why we do not have any neighborship here, and I will tell you why in a minute. Let's go to router 3 and configure terminal and router OSPF 1 and add network 10.0.32 3 to area 1, 2, 3, 4, and on router 4 again I will do this. Router OSPF 1 network 10.0.42 4 to area 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I have every interface in this area, and I do not see any neighborship coming up. Here is the deal. Let's select the interfaces first. Show IP OSPF interfaces brief tells me the interfaces configuration. And you can see that these interfaces are in point-to-point state. And of course this indicates that I should see neighborship coming up after a while. So let's wait for that. Let's go to router 1 and see this result here. show IP OSPF interface brief, and now you can see that serial 00 is in DR state, and let's specifically see serial 00 here because I want to show you something. You can see that by default a serial interface is in non-broadcast mode. And in OSPF, non-broadcast means I'm not sending any update to you and I don't know if you are existing there. And of course, because I do not send any update to you, you should not know anything about me. While the interfaces on router 2 were in point-to-point mode. So I should change the interface mode to create this, neighborship. So I go to configuration mode, I go to interface serial 00, and I add this line of configuration here, IP OSPF, and change the network to, for example, point-to-point, because I know that this is going to be a point-to-point link, and I hit enter. And after a while, you should see that this is going to be neighbor with router 2. I should do the same thing on router 3 as well. So I go to interface serial 00 and I add this line of configuration. IP-OSPF network is going to be point-to-point, and save the configuration and do the same thing here. Interface serial 00, IP-OSPF network type is point-to-point. Now network types are discussed in CCNP levels, and I'm going to talk about this later in my CCNP level labs, and I hope you are there to see these. But now that I have connectivity and I have neighborship here, I should see the routes on all routers. Let's check the routing table first. On router 1, I type in show IP route, and I can see that these routes are available to me. Now I check the connectivity. 10, 0, for example, 42, 4, and this is available to me. And you can see that whenever you try to use point-to-point subinterfaces, routing protocol will take care of your routing forwarding your packets. And this is a better, configuration, and this is the best case that you can use. But this would be, of course, a little more configuration-wise, and you should take care of the configuration thoroughly. So you saw the network types here, and you saw that I use point-to-point network type. But if I wanted to use non-broadcast network type, I had to configure neighbors on my routers. So to do this, I should change, of course, the network type. I want to do this in CCNP level labs again. I don't want to do this here, but I had to just change the network type here to show you the frame relay configuration. So I want to use this point-to-point networks again, and I want to have this on.